moment many people have experienced, even if they rarely put it into words. It happens when you stand in front of the mirror, gently run your finger through your hair, and suddenly realize that it doesn't feel the same anymore. The strand no longer glides softly between your fingers. They no longer feel smooth when you stroke them from root to tip. The elasticity is gone when you lightly twist a lock and let it fall back into place. Instead, there is dryness, roughness, splits, and that catch the light. More strain falling each time you brush, and perhaps most noticeably, your hair has lost what once made it feel healthy, its natural size. That subtle reflection of light that only truly healthy hair carries. You begin to think about everything your hair has gone through, the perm to change your look, the dye job to experiment with new color, maybe even bleaching to follow a trend, the repeated heat strengthening session, the rush morning with a blow dryer pressed close to your strand. Each time it feels like just a small change, but to a structure of your hair, each step was a real intervention. Hair is primarily made of keratin, a strong structural protein arrayed in overlapping layers, much like root single, forming the outer protective layer known as the cuticle. When hair is healthy, the cuticle layer lies flat and tightly sealed. They protect the inner structure, lock in moisture, and reflect light, giving hair its natural size. But when hair is repeated exposed to high heat and strong chemical, the structure begins to change. Heat force the cuticle to lift. Chemical break down the internal protein bond. Those protective shingles no longer lie flat and secure. When the cuticle is damaged, moisture escapes easily from within the hair shaft. The strand becomes more porous, lighter, but also weaker. You can feel it when your hair tangles more easily, snaps under gentle tension, or feel rich instead of silky. When brushing instead of smooth movement, you feel friction between strands. This is a sign that your hair is no longer protected the way it once was. When people notice this damage, many turn immediately to instant repair products. Advertisement promise silky hair after a single use. Intensive reconstruction treatment claim to rebuild structure overnight. And it's true, some product can temporarily improve the surface appearance of hair, but for hair that is already weakened from repeated stress, continuously adding strong chemical formulation may only offer a short-term illusion of health. The hair may look smoother for a while, but if the root causes remain unchanged, the underlying fragility persists. So, the natural question arises, is it possible to restore severely damaged hair without relying on harsh chemical? Is there a gentler, more sustainable way to bring back strength, and vitality? The answer is yes, but it requires patience and a clear understanding of how hair works. Hair, especially the visible shaft, cannot heal in the same way skin does. The strands you see are made of keratinized cells. They are no longer biologically active. Restoration does not mean reserving time completely or returning hair to a state as if it has never been damaged. Instead, restoration means improving the environment around the strand, replenishing moisture, reinforcing lipid, reducing protein loss, and preventing further damage. When you stop attacking your hair with excessive daily heat, when you give it a break from constant chemical processing, when you begin nourishing it with gentle methods, you create conditions when you grow, emerge healthier, and existing strands are protected from further deteriorations. Patience become the most important ingredient in this process. There is no overnight miracle, but there are gradual signs of improvement. Less tangling in the morning, fewer broken strands in your brush, a softer texture when you touch your hair. This is not resurrection. It's a stabilization, it's a protection, it's a quiet transformation that happens when you stop causing harm and begin practicing care. Hair does not demand perfection, it asks for understanding. When you truly grasp its structure and its limit, you start making different choices. You realize that every blast of extreme heat and every harsh chemical treatment leave an invisible trace on each strand. And sometimes the first step toward restoration is not adding another product, it's exposing, observing, understanding what your hair has endured. Only then can you begin a restoration journey that is sustainable, not rushed, not dependent on aggressive quick fixes, but rooted in knowledge, consistency, and gentleness. Because sometimes your hair does not need something stronger, it simply needs you to stop being so harsh with it. Before you begin restoring damaged hair, it's crucial to understand the nature of your strand. Many people assume that hair can regenerate like skin, but that's not the case. The part of the hair you see every day in the mirror is actually keratinized tissue. The cells are dead, packed with keratin, a strong structural protein. Once hair has keratinized, it can no longer repair or regenerate itself. This means you cannot heal damaged hair the way you might repair damaged skin with creams. What you can do is improve the environment around your strand, making them stronger, softer, shinier, and less prone to further damage. The concept of hair restoration must be understood correctly. It's not about a miraculous return to a completely healthy state, as if the hair has never been subjected to heat, chemical, or styling. Restoration is the process of replenishing what hair lacks, while reinforcing the cuticle so it retains moisture and becomes more resilient. Specifically, there are 4 key areas to focus on: moisturizing, replenishing natural lipid, increasing protein, and helping the cuticle close. When hair is properly hydrated, softness improves significantly. Porosity decreases. Strands become more pliable, less tangled, and split ends appear less frequently. Supplementing natural lipid from plant-based or natural ingredient helps strengthen the cuticle, forming a protective layer against Mechanical against mechanical and his stress from brushing, curling, straightening, or blow drying. Protein is essential for maintaining internal hair structure. Without it, hair becomes weak, fragile, and lose its natural elasticity. Natural ingredients like egg, milk, coconut oil, shea butter, and amino acid-rich plant oils can provide the essential building block to maintain hair strength. Crucially, these ingredients help the cuticle close, lock in moisture, and reduce dryness, frizz, and dullness. It's important to remember that hair restoration is not a one-time act. It's a continuous process requiring patience and consistency. By creating a stable environment for hair, enough moisture, lipid, protein, and minimal exposure to damaging factors such as height, heat, or strong chemical, hair becomes more resilient over time. You'll notice gradual improvement, softer strand, easier combined, natural style returning, and reduced breakage and salting. Natural ingredients cannot fully repair hair structure that are already deeply damaged, such as lost keratin or severely cracked cuticle. However, they can improve elasticity, maintain hydration, smoothness, and strength. With proper application and patience, even severely damaged hair can regain softness, shine, and health. Understanding this mechanism also helps you avoid over-reliance on instant repair products or harsh chemical treatment, opting instead for a safe, effective, and long-term hair care approach. Before applying any hair mask or natural treatment, remember the goal is to create an improvement in which hair can thrive, not to completely repair past damage. With this understanding, every step of hair care, from choosing natural ingredients to application methods, become more meaningful, and restoration results become noticeable and sustainable over time. When discussing the restoration of several damaged hair without relying on harsh chemical, the key is not to search for an instant miracle, but to understand how natural ingredients can support the hair structure in a gentle and sustainable way. Nature cannot completely rebuild protein bonds that have been deeply broken by bleaching, coloring, or prolonged heat exposure, but natural nutrients can significantly improve softness, elasticity, size, and resistance to breakage when used correctly and consistently. Among the most well-known ingredients, coconut oil is often the first to be mentioned as a classic remedy for dry and severely damaged hair. What makes coconut oil unique is its lauric acid structure, a medium-chain fatty acid that can penetrate the hair shaft more effectively than many other plant oils. Because of this, coconut oil helps reduce protein loss during washing, especially in chemically treated hair. When the cuticle layer is lifted and porous, protein escape more easily. Applying coconut oil before shampooing acts as a protective buffer that helps minimize that loss. At the same time, it helps retain moisture within the strand, soften rough areas, and reduce the coarse feeling when touching dry hair. For heavily bleached bleach hair, extremely dry strand or split end. Applying coconut oil to dry hair for 30 to 45 minutes before washing. Gently massage and scalp. And then cleansing with a mild shampoo can create visible improvement after several consistent weeks. If coconut oil primarily lock in moisture and reduce protein loss, eggs serve as one of the most accessible natural protein sources found in many kitchens. Chemically damaged hair often suffer from protein deficiency, causing it to become weak, brittle, and lacking elasticity. Eggs contain protein, biotin, and other micronutrients that can temporarily fill gaps along the cuticle layer, making the hair feel stronger after treatment. However, it's important to understand that this is a temporary surface reinforcement rather than a permanent reconstruction of deep structural bonds. Mixing one egg with a tablespoon of coconut oil or olive oil create a balanced treatment that provide protein while adding lipid to prevent excessive stiffness from protein overload. Applying this mixture to damp hair, leaving it on for about 20 minutes and rinsing with cool water, never hot water, to prevent the egg from cooking. It's a simple yet effective method to improve the perceptiveness and strength of hair. For extremely brittle and porous hair, this treatment can be done once a week and reduced as a hair stabilizes. Beyond treating the hair shaft itself, scalp care play an equally critical role in restoration. A dry, irritated, or imbalanced scalp directly affect the quality of new hair growth. Aloe vera, rich in water content and natural enzyme, is considered an ideal soothing agent for sensitive scalp. Fresh aloe gel can reduce itching, calm dryness, and support moisture balance without clogging pores. When applied to the hair strand, it also provides lightweight softness, making it suitable for individuals with dry hair but sensitive scalp that react poorly to heavy oil. Applying fresh aloe gel directly to the scalp and hair for 15 to 20 minutes before rinsing can become a simple yet powerful step in the natural restoration routine. Another underrated yet beneficial ingredient for scalp balance in plain yogurt, containing natural probiotic and mild lactic acid. Yogurt gently cleanses excess oil, support microbiome balance on the scalp, and leave a refreshed feeling after use. Lactic acids help remove dead skin cells in a mild way, promoting a healthier scalp environment without the harsh dryness associated with strong chemical effluent. When the scalp is balanced, the environment for hair growth improves. Applying unsweetened yogurt to the scalp and hair for about 20 minutes before washing can noticeably enhance softness once the hair dries. For those with oily scalp but dry, and yogurt can act as a balancing intermediate step before applying nourishing oil. Finally, to restore shine and protect hair from environmental stressors such as sun exposure, wind, and pollution, oil rich in vitamin E and fatty acids such as olive oil or argan oils are worth considering. These oils help replace lipid, an essential component of the hair natural protective barrier, thereby enhancing shine and reducing frizz. Argan oil, often called liquid gold, is particularly valuable for forming a lightweight protective layer without weighing hair down when used in moderation. Just a few drops warm before the palm and gently applied to mid-length and end when hair is about 80% dry can significantly reduce frizz and enhance natural gloss. However, it's crucial to remember that none of the ingredients will be truly effective if the hair continues to be exposed to high heat and harsh chemical daily. Natural ingredients play a supportive and protective role. They do not replace severely damaged internal structures entirely. The real key to sustainable restoration lies in minimizing harmful factors, consistently moisturizing appropriately, balancing protein, and shielding hair from environmental stress. When you treat your hair with gentleness, patience, and understanding, small improvements accumulate over time. Hair may not return to its untouched original state, but it can become stronger, more stable, and less vulnerable day by day. In the journey, nature is not an instant miracle, it is a steady companion. When hair has undergone multiple rounds of bleaching, coloring, perming, straightening, or frequent exposure to high heat, what it truly needs is not something harsher, but a deeply nourishing treatment that balances protein replenishment, moisture restoration, and lipid repair. A natural hair mask may not deliver an instant salon gloss effect overnight, but when formulated with an understanding of hair structure and applied consistently, it can produce visible and sustainable improvement over time. This intensive restorative formula combines four complementary ingredients: 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of plain unsweetened yogurt, and 1 tablespoon of fresh aloe vera gel. Each component plays a distinct role in supporting weakened hair fiber. Coconut oil serves as a primarily lipid paste. Thanks to its lauric acid structure, it can penetrate the hair shaft and help reduce protein loss during washing while minimizing prolonged dryness. Severely damaged hair often has lifted cuticle that allow moisture to escape easily. Coconut oil forms a protective layer that helps maintain internal hydration and soften rough sections. The egg provides natural protein and biotin, temporarily filling gaps in the cuticle layer and making the hair feel stronger and less brittle. While this is not a permanent reconstruction of deep internal bonds, it reinforces the surface structure and reduces fragility. Plain yogurt contributes lactic acids and natural probiotics, helping helping balance the scalp, gently cleanse excess oils, and create a healthier environment for new growth. Aloe vera gel adds hydration and soothing properties, especially beneficial for scalp that feel dry or irritated after chemical treatment. To prepare, thoroughly mix 2 tablespoons of liquefied coconut oil, 1 whole egg, 1 tablespoon of plain yogurt, and 1 tablespoon of fresh aloe gel into smooth and uniform. Use the mixture immediately to preserve the activity of each nutrient. Lightly dampen the hair with lukewarm water beforehand to gently lift the cuticle and enhance absorption. Divide the hair into sections and apply the mixture evenly to damp hair, focusing especially on the mid-length and ends where damage is most pronounced. If the scalp is dry, gently massage a small amount onto it. If oily, concentrate mainly on the hair itself. Secure the hair and cover it with a shower cap or warm towel to create mild heat and improve penetration. Leave the mask on for approximately 30 minutes. Avoid extending the time excessively, as balance between protein and moisture is more important than prolonged exposure. Rinse thoroughly. Rinse thoroughly with cool or lukewarm water, never hot water, to prevent the egg from cooking, and follow with a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo to cleanse without stripping away the newly restored lipid. Use this treatment 1 to 2 times per week, depending on the severity of damage. For extremely dry and brittle hair, begin with twice weekly for the first 3 weeks. Then reduce frequency as stability improves. Consistency is key. After 3 to 4 weeks, subtle yet meaningful changes may appear. Less tangling in the morning, reduce breakage during brushing, improve natural size under light, and a noticeable softer texture when touched. For optimal result, this mask should be paired with healthier daily habit. Minimize hair heat styling. Give heat protection when necessary. Avoid tying wet hair tightly and reduce friction when towel drying. True restoration is not the result of the single treatment, but a cumulative care and mindful handling. This deep restorative hair mask does not promise to erase or patch damage within a month. Instead, it offers stabilization, reduce ongoing damage, improve resilience, and gradual enhancement of softness and shine. Real restoration is cumulative, and when patient, knowledge, and gentleness replace aggressive quick fixes, hair gradually respond with greater strength and balance over time. Many people think that simply applying a hair mask 1 or twice will instantly make damaged hair soft and glossy. In reality, a hair mask is just one part of the restoration process. It's like watering a garden, necessary, but if the soil is poor, sunlight insufficient, or with consistently supporting, the plant will not grow healthily. Hair work the same way. If you continue daily high heat blow drying, frequent strengthening, curling, chemical treatment, tying hair too tightly, or rod brushing when wet, or restorative effort are nearly nullified. Already fragile, porous hair will continue to break, split, and will worsen. Natural shine will fade, and dryness will return. True hair recovery requires a holistic approach. Daily care habit, nutrition, sleep, and lifestyle. Minimizing heat is fundamental. Exposure to high temperature lifts the cuticle, allowing protein and lipid to escape. Even with oil, mask, or heat protectant, excessive heat use undermines recovery. Instead, lower heat setting, use gentle airflow, and allow hair to partially air dry before styling. Heat protectants are supplemental, not a complete solution. Using a wide tooth comb is a simple yet effective practice. Wet hair is fragile and prone to breakage. A wide tooth comb gently detangle without pulling, reducing breakage, and split ends come from tip upward in section to protect the cuticle and maintain smoothness. Aggressive brushing of fine tooth comb on wet hair is like yanking delicate threads. It causes breakage and weakens the strain further. Regular trimming or split end is essential. Damaged hair with split end will continue to split upward if not trimmed, making hair more brittle and difficult to style. Regular trim remove weak section, reduce breakage, and allow new hair to grow healthier. This cleaning up step enhances or other restorative effort, as it eliminates strain beyond repair. Nutrition and sleep are critical. Hair is made of protein and lipid. Adequate protein from lean meat, fish, egg, dairy, tofu, or lentils provide essential amino acids for keratin synthesis. Omega-3 rich food like salmon, chia seed, flaxseed, and walnut improve lipid content and reduce inflammation, supporting hair growth. Vitamins and minerals such as ACE, zinc, and biotin also promote regeneration, shine, softness, and reduce breakage. Sufficient sleep is another key factor. Deep sleep stimulates growth hormone release, aiding cell regeneration, including hair follicle cell. Lack of sleep or chronic stress slow recovery, resulting in weak, brittle hair. Consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep nightly, along with stress reduction through meditation, practicing exercise, or light physical activity, help hair not only recover but also thrive over time. Environmental factors also affect hair health. Sun exposure, pollution, dry air, and dirt lead to moisture loss, cuticle roughness, and breakage. Protective measures like hat, scarf, or bristling or shear hair from environmental stress, limiting harsh chemical in shampoos or styling product preserve long-term stability. Patience and consistency are crucial. No treatment will restore severely damaged hair in a week. Hair health comes from steady habit, protecting the cuticle, providing protein and lipid, and minimizing damaging factor. Each hair mask application supplement nutrient from softened nutrient and soften hair, but following it with heat, chemical, or combine negate benefit. Habit and patience are key to gradual restoration. Therefore, for genuine hair recovery, combine hair mask with healthy practice. Limit heat. Use a white tooth comb. Trim regularly. Eat adequate protein. Sleep well and protect from environmental stressor. With consistent care, hair gradually becomes stronger, softer, less prone to breakage, and naturally healthy. Real hair restoration is a continuous, comprehensive process where internal and external factors from work together to bring hair back to its healthiest state. Restoring severely damaged hair is not a 7-day journey. It's not a process where a few hair masks will instantly make your hair perfect. This is a journey that takes weeks to months, and even longer for hair that has been exposed to multiple chemical treatment and high heat. The most important thing to understand is that hair does not recover as quickly as advertisement or social media suggest. Quick fix product may temporarily make hair feel soft thanks to silicone coating, but to restore hair from within, a patient and consistent approach is required. The wonderful thing is when you stop attacking your hair with harsh chemical, stop frequent straightening, curling, and bleaching, and start nurturing it gently with natural ingredient and healthy habit, you will gradually notice changes. At first, it may be small. Hair is no longer completely dry, breakage decreased slightly, and the end feel a little softer. Over time, these small improvements accumulate and hair becomes stronger, healthier, and naturally soft. The feeling of touching hair that is free from heavy chemical, not dry, is unique. It feels intimate and natural, giving you a renewed appreciation for your hair. This process demands patience. You need to maintain consistent habit, using natural hair mask 1 to 2 times per week, minimizing heat and chemical exposure, using a white tooth comb to detangle gently, trimming split ends regularly, consuming adequate protein and essential nutrients, sleeping well, and protecting hair from environmental damage. Each small step contributes to creating the ideal environment for hair recovery. No single method can achieve full result alone. Only consistent habits allow hair to return to its healthiest state. Another important realization is that hair recovery does not always mean immediate smoothness. Severely damaged hair has lifted cuticle, lost protein, and insufficient lipid. Recovery is rarely light-year. Some days hair may feel better, other days drier due to environmental factors or care routines. This is normal and should not discourage you. Patience is key because hair responds when you continue providing optimal conditions. As hair begins to recover, you will notice changes not only in appearance but also in strength and resilience. Hair breaks less, splits and reduce. New hair grows stronger, and natural shine gradually returned. These changes are not rapid but sustainable. This is the difference between true restoration and temporary effect achieved only by chemical or silicone coating. Hair restoration is not just about outward care. It's about learning patience and gentleness with yourself. Recognizing that your hair needs time to heal also encourage a slower lifestyle, better nutrition, adequate sleep, and consistent self-care habit. This process teaches the importance of consistency and continuous attention rather than expecting instant result. An important message is that sometimes hair only needs you to stop damaging it further, stop excessive bleaching, reducing heat styling, avoid rough brushing when wet. These changes only are enough for hair to start recovering. You are creating a safe environment where the cuticle can close, proteins are retained, moisture is preserved, and natural lipid functions effectively. When the factors are protected and nourished, hair begins to heal naturally. Overall, restoring severely damaged hair is a holistic journey. It is not just about mask or product. It is the combination of healthy habit, proper nutrition, sufficient sleep, stress management, and protection from heat and chemical. Every small daily action contributes to this overall recovery process. With consistency, your hair responds, becoming softer, stronger, less prone to breakage, and naturally healthy. This is a result of patience, consistency, and love for your hair.